This is a video review for the Coway Mighty air purifier. This unit's model number is AP-1512HH. The unit is about 18.5 inches tall. It's about 17 inches wide on this side. It's about 9.5 inches deep. The unit weighs in at about 12.5 pounds. This unit does feature a washable pre-filter, a fibrous carbon filter, and it also features a HEPA filter. Air enters the unit through the sides mostly. There's also a small gap here on the front in the center area. There's a small gap here coming up here all the way around. But most of the air enters the unit through the sides here, and the air also enters through the bottom. The air enters in, it goes through the washable pre-filter, through the carbon filter, and through the HEPA filter, and then it finally exits the air purifier through the top here. There's an area up top here behind the top control panel where the air exits out of the air purifier purified. This unit does feature 3 fan speeds, low, medium, and high. It outputs at approximately 250 cubic feet per minute, and it retails for right around $200. Sometimes it sells for a little bit less than that. Sometimes it sells for a little bit more than that, but its price does tend to hover around the $200 range. So what do we like about this unit? Well, first of all, we definitely like the high CFM. In order to clean air, you need 2 things. You need an air filter to filter out the particles from the air, and you also need access to that air. You need to process that air through the filter, and that access is provided in terms of CFM, in terms of output. There's a single fan in here that pulls the air into the unit and then pushes the cleaned air out through the top, and depending on the size and the speed of that fan, there's going to be more or less air moving in through the unit. So this Coway unit, for its price, it definitely has a substantial amount of output, and that output is going to play a large role in terms of what size room can be cleaned by this air purifier. At about 250 CFM on this unit, you're looking at being able to clean the air in rooms up to about 300 square feet. So in terms of output, that's definitely one of the main things that we like about this unit is that 250 CFM. Most of the units on the market tend to be much less than that, especially cheaper units tend to be in the 80, 100, 120 CFM range. If you're looking at units around the $100 price point. So for the fact that this unit has as much as 250 CFM is definitely a strong positive for it. The other thing that we really like about this unit is its energy efficiency. Now we measure energy efficiency in terms of CFM per watt of power draw. So the higher the ratio, the better. The more CFM you get per watt that you draw, the better in terms of energy efficiency. And this unit has a CFM to watt ratio of 20 CFM to 1 on its medium and low fan speed. At least the ratio is somewhere around 20 to 1. And that is an extremely high ratio. That is a very energy efficient ratio there at 20 CFM to 1. This unit does draw less than 10 watts of power on lower settings. So a very energy efficient unit here, and that's definitely another strong positive for it. This unit also does very well in terms of CFM to decibel ratio, and that is the ratio that we use to assess noise output on these units. So again, you're getting a very high CFM for the intensity of noise that is coming out of this unit. So if you're looking for a highly energy efficient unit, if you're looking for a unit with low noise output, especially for the amount of total output, this is a very strong option for you. Another thing we like about this unit is its warranty length. 3 years is not necessarily above average. This unit does have 3 years warranty length. 3 years is not necessarily above average, but it is definitely above many other units on the market. There are many units that are in the 1-year warranty range, 2-year warranty range. So for you to get a full 3 years of warranty coverage on this unit is definitely another positive for it. And finally, we do also like the fact that this unit is fairly light and small. At around 12.5 pounds, that's a very light appliance. And the size here, the dimensions of this unit definitely make it very small, especially considering its output once again. For a unit this small to give you 250 CFM of output is definitely a strong positive for the Coway. So moving on to things that we don't like about this unit, probably the one thing that we like the least is the carbon filter that this Coway has. There are essentially 2 different types of carbon filters on the market. There is a pellet-based carbon filter that consists of individual pellets that are placed inside of a honeycomb like frame, and that is the first type. And there is also a type that involves a fibrous material that is simply coated with carbon, and that is the type that is inside of this Coway. So the issue here is that the fibrous type is definitely not as good at filtering gases as the pellet-based type. So if gas filtration is important to you, if you're looking to filter out VOCs and odors, yes, the Coway will be able to do it to a certain extent, but it will not be able to do it quite as well as a unit that is equipped with an actual pellet-based carbon filter. Finally, the last thing we should mention in terms of things that we don't like about the Coway are the LEDs up here. It's not necessarily that the LEDs are obtrusive in any way, but they cannot be turned off. So if you do plan on using this unit in a bedroom situation, in any situation where you want to have all of the lights off in a room, be aware that the lights cannot be turned off here. So they will emit that green light. There's green LEDs here for most of these settings. Those green LEDs will still be emitting light regardless of setting. There's really no way to turn them off. So how would we compare the Coway Mighty air purifier here to other Coway air purifiers? Now, Coway makes many different models, but the most popular model other than the Coway Mighty here is probably the Air Mega series. The Air Mega series consists of two different air purifiers, the Air Mega 300 and the Air Mega 400. The 300 and the 400 does have a S submodel that is a smart version of those two models. And comparing those two units to the Coway Mighty, the fact is that those units do have quite a bit more output. However, they are much more expensive. And comparing the output to the price, it would actually be a better option for you to go with two of these Coway Mighty air purifiers compared to either Air Mega series air purifier. So if you're deciding between those two different Coway air purifiers, if you do need the extra output and you are considering an Air Mega series air purifier, we would instead recommend two of these Coway Mighties if you are trying to stay within the Coway brand and you are trying to purchase an air purifier for a larger space. Comparing the Coway Mighty air purifier to some of the best air purifiers on the market, the Coway Mighty is definitely one of the best air purifiers out there. Its positives just outweigh its negatives by quite a bit, and that makes it one of the best options out there. The biggest competition for the Coway Mighty is probably the Winix 5500-2. Now the Winix is a slightly larger unit. It's a little bit taller. It is a little bit heavier, but the Winix does have a pellet-based carbon filter. And that's probably the biggest advantage that the Winix has over the Coway, other than its slightly lower price. The Winix does tend to be priced slightly lower. But in any case, the Coway again has that fibrous material that's coated with carbon as its carbon filter, while the Winix has a pellet-based carbon filter, which is a better filter for gas filtration. So if you are concerned about odors, if you are concerned about VOCs or things of that nature, then the Winix is going to be the better option between the Coway and the Winix. Again, the Winix does retail for a little bit less, normally around $50 or so, less than the Coway. So if you're comparing the two units, that is definitely something that counts in favor of the Winix also, other than that carbon filter. There are other differences too. The Winix does come equipped with a separate remote control, but that remote control is really not necessarily going to appeal to most people. It's really that different carbon filter and that lower price that's going to maybe point you towards the Winix compared to the Coway. Things that are in favor of the Coway are its longer warranty. The Winix only comes with a 1-year warranty, while the Coway again comes with that 3-year warranty. But in terms of build quality and so on and so forth, overall durability and reliability, the two units are really equal, and they really should last well past their respective warranties. The Winix should last longer than the Coway's warranty of 3 years, and the Coway should last longer than its own warranty of 3 years. So yes, the warranty difference is there. The Coway's warranty is longer, but we do expect both units to last well past their warranty periods. Finally, looking at other factors like noise output and energy efficiency, the Winix and the Coway actually tested very similarly. So if you're trying to compare these two units and are trying to decide between them based on energy efficiency and noise output, that's really not, those are really not differentiating factors, as the two units tested very similarly in both of those areas. So in summary, comparing the Coway to the Winix, Which unit would we recommend? Probably the Winix for its better carbon filter and its slightly lower price. However, the Coway is by no means a poor choice in itself. If you do end up purchasing this Coway Mighty air purifier, you should be very happy with your purchase. It should last a very long time. It does an excellent job of filtering out particles. It does do a decent job of filtering gases. But overall, a very good air purifier, very good output, great energy efficiency, low noise output. A strong recommendation from us for the Coway Mighty air purifier.